from Tackles and Geeks.
Welcome to TalkersandGeeks.com, underrated games you should play. Today's edition is Mirror's Edge, brought to you by EA Games. And what I love about Mirror's Edge is that this was probably one of the first person games of its kind. I mean, not only we don't get to see a lot of free runner games, not only that, this is an adventure game. This is not a first person shooter. This is just a first person adventure. And it was a very ambitious game when it came out. This was actually one of my first purchases when I got my PS3. I had a choice of this or Metal Gear Solid. You probably hear it all the time from our podcast shows that I chose this over Metal Gear Solid 4 because I like to go with games that are against the grain or games that I know might be a little bit of a different experience, and Mirror's Edge definitely gave me that experience. And what I loved about it, why I feel you should play, is because just the adventure of it, and just looking at how the graphics is, and looking at how the style of the gameplay is. You play as Faye, this free runner who's basically in this totalitarian type of police state, and they're trying to start a revolution. And they're trying to uncover a lot of stuff, and the character development is really good in this. You know, Faye's sister is framed for murder, and she's got to try to find the evidence to clear her sister's name. That's basically the premise of the game. And just how the gameplay is you basically running. The more fast you go, the more speed you get, and that makes it more easier for you to jump. I'm not gonna lie, the game does have its difficulty where the controls come into play sometimes, but it takes a little bit to getting used to. I mean, there's, as you can see there, sometimes you have to reach to certain levels to get to a higher level. This red markings that you have here is if you're playing on normal or easy mode. It tells you where exactly you have to go to jump. That's why you see everything highlighted red. For instance, the red door right there is highlighted red, so you can know that that's the way you have to go. A lot of use of red isn't in here. Even Faye's sneakers are red, and her gloves is red. But overall, you guys, the game is pretty solid. I enjoyed the story. The soundtrack I want to talk about is something I truly enjoyed. The soundtrack, especially the main theme. I'm hoping for the sequel that this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the controls. I had to bounce off this wall here to get to the other one, and sometimes the controls aren't as responsive as you want it to be. But minus that, this is still an underrated game that you should play. But back to the music. The music is just phenomenal. I love the soundtrack, love the OST, love the main theme. I'm hoping that they use this same main theme for the sequel. I'm hoping they actually use the sequel, do the continuation of the sequel of the sisters. Yes, I finally did it, of the sisters, escaping, and then the sisters are going to be on the hunt, on the hunt on the government and the police. So I'm hoping that will happen. But this game is just not running. As the levels progress, you will have to fight the police, which is right here, and agents. And as you see here, Faye cannot face all those agents at once, so she has to run as fast as she can. As you see on the bottom, I think they're actually chasing her. I just thought Mirror's Edge is definitely an underrated game, very unappreciated. I thought it was a very ambitious game. I thought that the soundtrack, this graphics for when it was released, I thought it was beautiful, and it's still beautiful to this day. It still holds up the city, and just made it. And I would love to see this. I can't wait to see this on next gen to see what they really bring to the table. Maybe have Faye sweating as she's running, just to see more of what they're gonna do here. Maybe even a third-person mode or perspective mode will be nice addition for those who are not comfortable with the first person. But I think the first person just made it very ambitious. Even here, as you see, I slowed time down to reverse the cops' attack. And one thing I did like is that you can run and slide, which I'm going to try to do here. Oh, Snoop! I messed up. Let me get up. Let me see if I can just shoot. And I have terrible aim. You know what? There, I walk. Not bullets. Alright, let me go over here. Try to be here. Alright. And yeah, so you can also fight the the officers here, which you'll see right here in combat. Just punch them down and easy. But the game actually gets more harder, more platforming, a lot of platforming in this game. And it's, like I said, it's one of the first of its kind to see a first-person platformer of this magnitude in an entire game. Great story, great music, great great cast, great voice acting all the way around. So you guys, if you ever get a chance to check out Mirror's Edge before the sequel, give it a shot. It's a very ambitious first-person game, first-person adventure, and it was to me a sleeper hit and very unappreciated, underrated. So this is Justin from OtakuGeeks.com with another edition of Underrated Games You Should Play, Mirror's Edge. Later days. I'll catch you on the next one.
Low-key job. Why the hell were they shooting? What did you do today?
Nothing. They just opened fire.
Don't know what the hell's happening. I'll ask around.